Wait, what? She had a stroke?
Hey, I'm on my way to the hospital. Let me know when you get there.
I didn't know if she'd be able to walk.
I'll talk to her.
Hey, have you talked to her? She can't even talk.
I feel like I'm alone in here.
I heard that Tian had a stroke.
God, give me another chance and I will use everything in me.
I'll be okay, right?
Talk again.
She couldn't even tell me what was wrong.
I just didn't know. I just felt like I was in the dark.
Can't believe she had a stroke.
Oh, God.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
Okay, so I took the liberty of asking myself some questions. I said, myself said, I said, you had a stroke. And myself said, yes, I did. And then my other self said, I got some questions about that stroke. I just want to know X, Y, and Z. And I said, guess what? I can tell you A, B, and C. So here we are. Yeah, so I'm going to answer some questions. Bear with me. I was a 26-year-old, healthy, young individual, and I had a stroke, and nobody knew why or how. If there's one word that can explain how I feel in this moment, it is truly me being grateful.
I'm grateful for the things that you have done, and it's flowing from my heart.
A year ago today, November 14th, 2019, is when I had my second stroke. Yes, I said my second stroke. It started when I was coming back from camp with Young Life, November the 3rd. The migraine was so bad, like it lasted until I had the stroke. I was at home. I was sitting on the couch doing work and I felt really lightheaded. Of course, most of you guys who are watching this video, y'all know me. Like, I run track, this big whole thing in my family, like track, just sports in general. And so I'm always active and staying up on what I'm eating and health-wise. So I'm very aware of my body. And I noticed, I was like, bro, like, why am I lightheaded? I was like, oh God, maybe I left the stove on. So I went to check the stove. And as soon as I went to the stove, I got even more lightheaded, but nothing was on because it was a gas stove, it's not electric. And so I'm like, oh God, I need to go outside. And so I went outside and everything is just running on survival mode. I was like, okay, well, if I pass out back here because I'm so super lightheaded, then nobody's gonna see me. I need to go in the front yard. Maybe, if kids walk by, they see, oh, it's a lady laying down on the ground. Maybe she's playing, maybe she's dead. Maybe we should tell our parents, hey, we need to go help this lady. Seems like she just fell or whatever. Anyways, I had my phone in my right hand, of course, because I'm right-handed. Like, my right side of my body is the strong side. So I tried to open the gate. It was a struggle for me to pick up my arm and try to open it. And in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, you could be having a stroke, but I'm not gonna claim that. I'm not gonna put that over my life. So the hospital checked my vitals and everything, and they said, she's fine, like all your vitals are fine, your CT scan shows out. And I'm like, bro, like, look, no. The fact that I feel stronger on my left side, something is wrong, because my left side is weak, okay? The doctor came back and he was just like, I had to get a second, third opinion. You had a stroke. You had a small stroke called a TIA, which I found very ironic because my mother's name is Tia. My middle name is Tian, which I go by. So it is a transit ischemic attack. Yeah, is that. My left side of my carotid artery was clogged. It was completely shut off. You see the blood flow. It's white on one side, and then you see like nothing really on the other side. And that was the artery that was clogged up. And what happened is they said probably some little pieces from that escaped, went up to my head, and is what caused the stroke. And he told me, he was like, well, looking at it, we see that you already had another small stroke. And I said, well, when did I have that? And he couldn't really tell me that. He was like, I don't know. We can't really put like a date on it or whatever. It was really small, and I had one prior. Heck, I could have had that other stroke when I was 5. I could have had it at the beginning when I was having like headaches and stuff. Like, I don't know when I had the first stroke, but the second stroke really kind of affected me in some ways. I couldn't talk, but I really want to show you guys exactly how it affected my speech.
Okay. You have to go to sleep now?
I'm tired. All right, here then. I'm gonna stop it.
whenever I see that video of me not being able to talk, it humbles me. It's humbling. What issues am I dealing with now? So I think it's my memory, but I want to say my memory is bad before. So, yeah, I truly think it's my memory and just how to formulate sentences and opinions and things like together now. I had to go to a therapist because a month after I had the stroke, I of course had anxiety, and my anxiety led me to think that I was having another stroke. It was a whole thing. The other thing that affected me was my writing. That was the only thing that I could say was, to be grateful for my family and, just different things. And I'm trying to let people know, like, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm doing great. So by me knowing the signs and me knowing how detrimental, how important it was for me to seek help, especially if I had a stroke. I don't want to say that it saved my life, but it was very intriguing to know the cause, what to look for while everything was happening. Because if I didn't know, then I wouldn't have known I was having a stroke. I would have just been like, what is going on with my body? Like, what's happening? At the same time, I denied myself by not listening to my body and just looking at the bigger picture of the problem. And to know that, like, God, yes, God is a healer and he can heal, and we have the same power that he had. But at the same time, there are doctors for a reason. Don't self-diagnose yourself on freaking Google. Don't do that, because you ain't gonna help. You guys know what to do. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment. And go ahead, if you have any more questions, ask me down below. I will be able to best answer those questions. I'll probably answer them in my next video. So go ahead and just do that, and I will see you guys next week.